Hello, hello, VH20. I'm back. And after proving that indeed I can make a short video, I'm now going to give you the top 10 things you do not know about Jareth Blackthorne. And as you can see, we kind of changed settings. I'm not in my bedroom anymore. I am now in my living room because I've been in there working on stuff for like the entire day. Sorry, I had something stuck in my teeth. Dinner was very good, I can tell you that. I've been stuck in my room since I made the last video, basically working on nursing paperwork, which is like ridiculously insane. But let's get past that. Let's focus on the list. Here are, as I've been saying, the 10 things you do not know about Jareth Blackthorne. Number 10. See? 10. Number 10 is that Jareth is ambidextrous. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means he can use both of his hands in the same way. And that seems kind of stupid to say. But basically, he can write the same with his left and right hand. You know how usually you write better with one hand and the other one kind of looks like kindergarten writing? Well, Jareth can write decent with both hands. Number 9. And yes, I'm a dork. I had to count to make sure I was doing this right. Jareth is missing his baby toe on his left foot. And what had happened was he was little, probably about 5 or 6, and he was on a pier, and for some odd reason he like fell, and his foot caught in a fishing net, and that kind of ended up tearing off his baby toe. And I don't even want to think of where it is now because that's kind of gross. But yeah, so if you ever see Jareth on VH and he's barefoot or something, feel free to point and laugh at his missing toe. He'll probably punch you for it, but that's up for you. Number 8. Sorry. It's been a long day, people. Number 8. Jareth doesn't actually talk with a weird accent. In role plays, I usually have him talking. It seems like he's coming off really weird. Like, let me see if I can find an example real quick. You know what? Never mind. Forget it. I'm not going to give you an example. Just go look at any of his role plays. You'll find an example. His train role play with Violet is a good one if you really want to see it. You don't have to, but he talks with a weird accent, basically to mess with people. Because if you hear the way, if you come across somebody who's talking the way he does, you can either think he's foreign, or there's some way you can take an advantage of him, and that's not the case. But he wants you to think that, so you underestimate him, and then he can come out and basically kick your butt later on. Number 7. Man, I'm gonna need to get some sleep soon because I'm just like counting numbers. Number 7. He is allergic to shellfish. Shellfish. There we go. Not selfish. Shellfish. Crustaceans, shrimp. Well, I think shrimps. Shellfish. Yeah, so don't try to feed him seafood, basically. And no, I'm going to forget this and like end up role playing and mention in passing that he's eating some sort of seafood, and not realize until one of you message me and like, isn't he allergic? Yeah. So remind me of that if I ever do that. Okay. Now, number 6. Ha! I didn't have to count that time. This number 6 doesn't really apply too much because it's not going to really come up in role plays, but I thought it'd be interesting to note this. Jareth has I want to say green belt in jiu-jitsu. That is on the intermediate tier. He knows the basics and he knows a few sophisticated moves, but he's not like bam out there like totally kicking your butt. He can probably get close to kicking your butt, but not completely. He wouldn't send you crying home to your mommy, basically. He just sent you crying to the hospital wing, and the Meta Witch is there. For those who don't know what Jiu-Jitsu is, it is a type of martial arts, and it says here on Wikipedia, yes, I'm looking at Wikipedia, because I'm lazy and I don't want to go look up any new websites. Basically, it's like, the principles of Jiu-Jitsu is basically using an attacker's energy against him, rather than directly opposing it. So, like, if they had a weapon, you can kind of use their own weight and their energy against them to gain the upper hand. I thought that was kind of cool to note. And sorry, my cord kind of fell out and made the screen flash. But it's kind of interesting to note. I wish that would apply really well to him in dueling, but I'm a horrible dueler, and I'm probably going to get my butt kicked many times. But we're going to try and see how that goes. Number 5. Yeah. We're almost done. And it only took me about 6 minutes to get there. Jareth was almost named Loki. And Loki is basically the Norse god, known for trickery. And I was trying to go for, like, symbolism there with his name. But the problem with that is that, there, on another Harry Potter roleplay site, there is, a character named Loki who also uses Andy 6. And, I stalk his stories, like, all the time. Because he fascinates me to death. But when I created Jareth, I didn't want him to be, like, somebody come along and say, oh, this is, just a rip-off of this person's character. I didn't want that. That's also why I didn't make it his middle name. Because I just don't want to cause any issues and have this person send me angry emails telling me I'm ripping off their character when I'm not. So we just left that the way it is. Number 4. Jareth doesn't like the taste of tea. Which is kind of weird because you think of the stereotype of English people, they love their tea, which I don't know if they do. In actuality, I'm going to have to ask Ocean about that next time she's online. But he doesn't like it that much. It just tastes weird to him. And when he gets older, he's probably not going to drink too much alcohol either. He'll probably hate the taste of that. So, yeah, he's just basically going to be kind of a pumpkin juice sort of person. Pumpkin juice, water, what else is there? Maybe, soda. Basically, that's going to be his beverages of choice. Number 3. Jareth's idol is Harry Houdini. And, yeah, I always thought that would be that's how Jareth seems to me. I actually used this on his sorting form, which I'm trying to find actually right now so I can read off my response that I put for it. Let's see, there we go. I put that Jareth idolizes Harry Houdini, Muggle magician made famous for his sensational escape acts. The clever way Houdini uses to escape traps of his own design sometimes is a great source of inspiration for Jareth, who would like to beat a few of Houdini's records one day. Something he also likes about the Muggle is the fact that the man set out to debunk so many psychics and mediums. Revealing how someone can fool you into believing something is a fascinating subject for Jareth, and he likes to learn, and he would love, actually, not like, just like, he'd love to learn the different methods that Houdini used. Almost done here. Woo! Number 2. This is kind of, yeah, you'll laugh at this probably. Jareth thinks that making lists is basically silly. It's a waste of people's time, and, that's where he disagrees with his puppeteer, because I love making lists. Makes things so much easier, but he finds it to be a waste of time, and he's all ready to, let's just go do it, and that, so. And finally, the number 1 thing you don't know about Jareth Blackthorne, well, you might know this, probably, if you talk to me enough. Jareth is afraid of being alone. I'm not talking about, like, end up, like, in a classroom by himself or something like that, or even being in the bathroom by himself, because, let's face it, that's going to have to happen, because otherwise it's just creepy. But basically, he's afraid of that, one day, that, like, he's going to have nobody there for him. He's already lost his parents at a young age. His uncle isn't there for him. His uncle's too busy trying to be the perfect pureblood man. and trying to do all this stuff and not really paying too much attention to Jareth, because he's given up on Jareth. And Jareth's other family doesn't really care about him either. So basically, with none of his friends, he'd have nobody, and he doesn't want that to happen. That's why he's so clingy with people, is because he doesn't want them to go away. Because if they go away, then he's nobody. He's really an outcast, and as much as he tries to pretend to be the cool, suave outcast, he's not. He's just a quivering ball of jello inside. And that is now the 10 things that you now know about Jareth Blackthorne. Bye.